Welcome back. You're watching News Night. For a roundup of the day's major business news developments, my colleague Sidhant Sibal joins us now with Finance World. Sidhant, with over 30 lakh debit cards suspected to have been exposed to suspect ATMs, is the government acting fast to minimize the damage?
Well, on its part, the government has asked a report from the Reserve Bank of India and NPCIL. Also, we will take an in-depth look in this story, which we will look in the financial segment, which will start with the top lines. The Aam Aadmi can look forward to fly at fares as low as 2,500 rupees. Government set to give wings to its ambitious regional connectivity scheme Udaan. From tomorrow, scheme seeks to provide air services to underserved areas. Cargo traffic at major ports grows by 5.2% during the first 6 months of financial year 16-17. The major ports in India handled 315.4 million tons of cargo during the first 6 months of financial year 16-17. Goa port records the highest growth in traffic. 13.4% growth in foreign tourist arrivals in September 2016 over the same period in 2015. Bangladesh accounts for highest share of traffic arrivals, followed by US and the UK in September 2016. 11,781 crore rupees foreign exchange earned through tourism in September 2016. And markets end in green. Sensex climbs 145 points to end at 20,130. Nifty gains 40 points to end at 86.99. Well, trade ministers of India and the US met today for the 10th IndoUS Trade Forum. The forum discussed various issues with an aim to ramp up trade and investment between the two countries. Trade Forum is the premier bilateral forum for discussion and resolution of trade and investment issues between the two countries. The trade talks happened today. What was the tone of the entire discussions?
Very positive and very constructive.
And ma'am, the key issue being the visa issue, was it discussed?
We've raised that, and on the visa issue, we've also gone to the WTO. We've raised this issue in the WTO, saying it is one of the non-tariff measures which US has taken against us. It deters our services export. So we've definitely brought it to their notice. We've not had any response coming from them as yet.
Ma'am, what was the key outcome of the entire trade talk which happened today? Specifics on agriculture.
As I said, the first outcome is we've started in a big way to export mangoes. The two centers which are there for irradiation of mangoes which have to be exported, we have now agreed to have 2 more centers to promote mangoes which are grown in North India to export to the US. So that is one thing. The second is also with the context of trade policy forum meeting, the CEO forum meeting. The investment in India from the US is growing, and that is a very healthy sign. The CEO Forum has recommended that the investment should now come over for medical devices, for electronic goods, for defense and so on.
Well, the National Payment Corporation of India, or NPCIL, has said that 32 lakh debit cards across 19 banks could have been compromised on the account of a fraud. The total amount involved in the fraud could be as high as 1.3 crore rupees. The government has sought a report from Reserve Bank of India and NPCIL. Take a look in this special report. Hit by an unprecedented ATM security breach, several public and private sector banks have recalled or blocked over 32 lakh debit cards to safeguard their customers from any financial fraud, while the government has sought from them details of all necessary safety measures. Concerned over the issue, the Finance Ministry has sought details from banks as also the additional steps that needs to be taken to avert such incidences. The Finance Ministry has also sought a report from the Reserve Bank of India and the National Payments Corporation of India in the debit cards case. Banks have recalled cards, including those that have been replaced as a preemptive measure, while in many cases the customers have been asked to mandatorily change the PIN and other security numbers to resume using the blocked cards. State Bank of India is said to have recalled 6 lakh cards, while others like Bank of Baroda, IDBI Bank, Central Bank and Andhra Bank have also replaced debit cards of several customers as a preemptive measure. Among the private sector players, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank and Yes Bank have asked customers to change their ATM pins. The suspected security breach happened through a malware in the systems of Hitachi Payment Services, which serves ATM network of Yes Bank. Hitachi provides payment services through ATM services, point of sale services, emerging payment services and banking channel products like cash recycling ATMs and auto passbook entry machines. Hitachi Payment Services, however, maintains its system was not compromised, citing interim report by an external audit agency appointed by it. Sidhant Sibal, DD News, New Delhi.
Well, that's all in this edition of Finance World. Back to the studio, Munmun.
Thank you, Sidhant, for that roundup. In sports news, the 2016 Kabaddi